So is there any kind, again, I don't know what you're allowed to say, or maybe you answer it from non-Augusta franchise terms. Like, what do you think it would cost to spin up $1 million in revenue? What do you think $1 million, if I was the investor, not the guy running it, I guess I'm kind of involved if all I have is a GM, but what do you think a profit could be on something like this? Can you even answer that question?
Yeah, I can. So we have, as of last year, we have our item 19, so we disclose all this. So it's on the website, it's all public.
Okay.
So I would say if someone's going to grow at the speed that I am going to, it's be what we call an executive level, which is you have to have a $500,000 of net worth. Like you have to have that. I shouldn't even say net worth. I should say capital to spend. Now, will you spend $500,000? No. But if you're trying to grow to $1 million in the first year and then likely keep that kind of growth rate, I don't want you going this with $60,000 or $70,000. I don't. And so I'm going to try to be really realistic when I'm making the videos about like, here's what I'm spending on marketing. It's a lot. And the customer acquisition cost is not going to be low because I'm spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, while I'm spending a lot of money, trying to figure out what's working, what's not. And so I would personally say if someone was trying to go from 0 to $1 million, I would be having at least $150,000 to $200,000 of cash ready to deploy. And I would personally, like from a franchise perspective, we're looking for over $500,000 that you have access to. So even if you were getting some like $300,000 of debt, $200,000 cash, we have seen 100% a huge indicator of success is just, do you have access to capital? Because if things are going really well, you can still run out of money and fail. And the worst thing that happened is you run out of cash because you grew so fast and everything was going so well, and you run out of money in your first off season because you haven't established your off season yet. So having enough capital is something that I've always had a deep passion for people with less money, but I consistently see them come in to Augusta specifically. I would say a broad stroke for business is like, if you're going to grow fast, you need capital. And so your point about the investor type is like definitely a big reason why, like from the franchise perspective, we're doing this is I want to show that like your return on invested capital is better inside this than other mechanisms, whether it be you're comparing a Taco Bell, or you're comparing it to something else. If you're going to start a laundry business and start doing door hangers, you can't compare that investment to starting a gym or a fast food restaurant or another franchise that costs $800,000 or $1 million to start. You can't even compare the two. And so I want to be able to take more of the approach of like, if you're an investor and you have the capital, here's the alternative way to use home services to scale quickly.
Do you think this is like a 200,000 in spend kind of scenario on marketing to get to $1 million? Do you have like some guesstimate you're coming in with?
This is the first time I said this. Yeah. Oh. Right now, my budget is 130,000.
Oh, okay. A little less than I would have. I have not done the math, but I would have guessed a little higher for going this quick.
Yeah, that assumes that I get there in 6 months.
Okay. So get to your number in 6 months.
I think I can get there in 6 months. That's my goal.
What month will you deploy the spend? Do you know? You may not know yet.
All in the first 6 months.
Yeah, but you're going to be there in September. So, starting from September to the end of spring.
Correct. I'm only there 6 months, and the publicly stated goal is 1 year. Yeah. I'm going to try to get there by the time I leave. So everyone that heard that can just exit that off of their memory. It's going to be a year long before I hit the goal.
Yeah.
But as like the last to get me from like 99 percentile to 100 was like, okay, I'll make it a year, but I'll plan for 6 months. And so my goal is that by the time I leave April 20th, we've hit over the 84 monthly recurring revenue.
Towards the end of April is when it slows. Mid-May is when it really slows.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how many trucks will that be till you hit $1 million?
A lot of it depends on my penetration rate with fertilization, and I am strictly guessing on that, to be honest with you. And so I have a pretty good idea of how many technicians we need, how many vans we would need. That basically be a full location, which for us is 6 to 8 technicians. But I don't know what rate I'm going to be able to get from lawn care into fertilization. I don't know that number, and that's going to really hinge what that looks like.
A typical person running $1 million lawn mowing business, how many trucks is that? It depends on the market and factors.
Yeah, if you're doing double trucks, if you're doing like 2 employees, so we're going to do solo routes.
Okay.
So, but like for us, we can get there with 6 to 8 technicians, which would be 6 to 8 trucks, which is very capital intensive. I think someone that was like, "Hey, I have less money." Okay, great. You'll double up your employees. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm asking, just kind of gives you an idea of the math behind an investment like this, and then, because you brought up the word investor, so very interesting.
If you've built a $1 million home service business, but you're struggling to get to the next level at $10 million in annual revenue, I've created a private community just for you. It's called Home Service Boardroom, because what got you to $1 million is all the work, the hustle, the grind, figuring out your leads, your website. But what gets you from $1 million to $10 million is learning the skill of leadership, finding other great talent and managers to work for you. If that's of interest, go check out mikegandy.com/school or see the link in the description.